There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another CC haul. Today I have over 250 new CC items for both your male and your female Sims for you. As always, you can find links to everything in the description down below, and I also make sure to link you to a playlist full of my previous CC hauls if you're still in need of more CC after today's video. But without any further ado, let's get straight into today's video. We have over 250 CC items here today, so we're gonna be here for a little while. Make sure you grab a snack and a drink and whatever you need to be comfy for the next 15 minutes, and let's just sit back, relax, let's talk about life whilst we look at some cute CC. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're gonna have a great weekend, or you're having a great week whenever you're watching this video. My weekend is hopefully gonna be a bit calmer. I have a few deadlines for uni that I still need to do things for, but other than that, there's nothing planned. And I feel like I kind of need that. This week I was just busy with so many things, and then today, so my uni, I usually do things remote, and then my exams during COVID, they were taken from at home, so remote as well, but after that you took everything in person, and luckily I live in a bigger city, so they have like a few different campi, what's the plural of campus? Campuses, I don't know. They have a few of them around Germany, and I'm lucky enough to live in a city with one. Otherwise you have to travel to take exams, and I think that is why now they've decided to have them taken at home again, just so people don't have to travel around. I guess there were people that complained that, I mean, I get it, because you'd have to like rent a place out as well for that amount of time, and then if you take 2 exams, sometimes they're like on the same day or like on consecutive days, or you have like a few days in between where you need to stay at that place, or I don't know, go back home. I bet it's like very complicated for people. So I was lucky enough though to literally, it took me like half an hour I think to get there on the train, and the first time I had to do it, I was super nervous. I don't know, I just get nervous with new things. Like if I haven't been in a place, I'm always like, what if I get lost? I'm like very bad with directions for some reason. Like if I ask a person like, where can I find XYZ? I feel like I'm listening, but as soon as I walk away, I have forgotten what I was told. It's definitely like an attention problem, but it's not that great when you're trying to find places, but it was all fine. And I kind of appreciated taking exams in person again, just because you go somewhere, you do the thing, and then you come home and it's over. And then now they want you to do it remotely, but you have to record yourself whilst you take the exam, and the camera needs to be in like a very specific angle because it needs to record like you, your screen, your mouse and keyboard, and like, you know, your desk and everything. So that's interesting. I find it, because I mean, surely if people want to cheat, they will find a way to do it. You know, I could like have a projector if I'm really desperate to do it. I would never. But you know, like if you really wanted to, you could do that, but whatever. It's just like, it was a bit of a hassle because you have to do this little test to do it and set things up, and I just fiddled around so long with like where to place the camera. I was like, where in the world do I put this so I actually get like the right angle? And luckily on my wall I have a bit of like a, I don't know, it's from IKEA, it's like a little board with holes in it, and you can put different like attachments on it. So I have like a little basket in there for my pens, and luckily when I put it in there, it was like literally the perfect angle of showing everything. It was so weird though, because I saw an angle of myself that I obviously never see of myself, and I was like, oh, that's weird, I'm not sure if I like this. So I was dealing with that. I also, it just took so long because my camera is like, my boyfriend did my cable management for me a while ago, so all of my cables are like very neat and tight and like wrapped in a million things just like behind the desk, and the camera was in it as well. So to move it, because it usually sits on top of my monitor, so to move it I had to like undo all of the cable management and then redo it, and stuff like that stresses me out so much. There's a reason why I asked my boyfriend to help me with some cable management, because I get so, with like fiddly things, they make me angry so quickly. Like I just do not have the patience for it, and then I get to the stage where I'm like, oh, this is good enough, but then every time I see it or look at it, I'm like, oh my god, I hate this. Like, I put so much time in this and into this, and it's still not great or not the way I want it. So things that you have to do very neatly or precise, I've always been bad with, and I don't think that will change, and it's fine. I'm just gonna outsource those problems for the future. And I mean, as long as I can do that, I will just outsource things like that, because I just know for a fact I will start getting so frustrated with it a few minutes in, and that's just, no one's happy with that, you know. So that was my day so far. Also, this video could have been done so much earlier. Like, I really did so much work on it yesterday. I was like super productive. I felt really great about myself. I was just excited. I was like, the last like big CC haul done, because usually I do CC hauls like every 2 weeks, but because I had such a long break, there was so much CC that accumulated, and I didn't want to put it in 4 videos or something, because then if I did that, I would have just had a lot of like backed up CC again that I'd have to put into a bigger CC haul. Like, usually when I do them every 2 weeks, there's around 100 CC items per video, and I feel like that's a very nice manageable amount. Also, this video I think is longer than the one we did last week to catch up on new CC, and I think that's because I showed off more of the swatches, and I think last week I was like, okay, you need to like rush through these swatches, we can do 3 max and that's it. And I think I stuck to it with the hairstyles, but then I was like, now that we got that out of the way, surely I can share a few more of the swatches on the clothing items, because I feel like for hairstyles, not that interesting. Like, you know what the hair colors look like. I feel like some CC creators actually differ a bit. I know that I think she's called, or they are called Doxel. Their like ginger swatch is a lot less orange and a lot more natural looking. Or I think Scentate, when they make hairstyles, the brown swatches are always slightly different compared to the EA ones, but I think most creators nowadays just stick to the EA swatches, since like a few years ago they had more swatches added. And that is just not that interesting. You know, you see a hairstyle and you're like, okay, sometimes I like to show it off in like a darker and a lighter color, because sometimes the shading is different, or like with a darker one, sometimes you can't really see the texture of the hair that well. So I like to share like a few swatches of that. But with the clothing items, you never know what you get, you know, like when I record these videos, it's the first time that I get to see the CC in-game as well, because I don't want to spoil myself, I don't know, so I go through the swatches, and sometimes when I like something, I'm like, oh, how many more swatches do we have? Especially with things that have like patterns, because if it's just colors, you can kind of see from the color selection what to expect, because sometimes, like, usually they're very close to the swatches that you can see, if that makes sense. And the pattern ones, you just never know what to expect, and there's like so many. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but there's also a lot of clothing items for male sims today, because A. Harris came out with a new CC pack, which they're always to die for. So gorgeous, love them. And there is so many CC items in that pack, and so many of them are for male sims, which I love. I always need more CC for my male sims, so that was great. And the swatches on those are just so cool. Like, I think at some point they do repeat themselves. Like, if it's t-shirts, then you kind of know in one pack that they use the same swatches, but like for the first time you go through it, you're just like, oh, I like this one, or I like that one, or there's one that I really want to show off because I see it and I'm like, oh yeah, this definitely needs to, you know, be in there. So with swatches, it's just hard for me to make it a bit shorter. I did speed up the videos a bit, and I think it's at a good speed where it's not, I don't think you notice necessarily that I sped it up if I wouldn't tell you. Maybe you're just thinking my PC and me were just very quick. At least I hope it's not like too stressful. I think sometimes with like smaller items like jewelry and stuff where I don't spin the sim around, it can be fast, but you can always pause the video if you want to see something. So, you know. Also jewelry, I feel like it is just what it is. There's not that much to see. It always just looks the way it looks, but like clothing items, when you spin them, sometimes you can see that eclipse in the back, or sometimes when your sim has like a certain figure, it clips a bit. It's so annoying to like record the hats part of this video, because all of them glitched with like different hairstyles, and I tried to pick one and then show off all of the hats so I don't have to take like a million different recordings, you know, just make it a bit easier. And I struggled so hard to find something that looked perfect with all of the hats, because sometimes like the ear is covered a bit and then it doesn't look that great with hats, or one of them clipped on one hairstyle in the back and I was just like, oh my god, this is so annoying. And I feel like that's why I don't generally use hats that much when I dress my Sims, because I feel like they're always clipping somewhere, or on some hairstyles half of them clip and half of them don't, and it just frustrates me too much. I don't know. Also, I don't know when they've changed this, because it must have been in the last 3 months. I don't remember this being a thing before I recorded my last CC haul, before my break, but they've done the thing now where also with like rings, and maybe it was rings and nails before, it's definitely nails where it like zoomed in on the nails, but so many accessory things in terms of CC. So like if you have a jacket and then the creator has a separate accessory item, so you can change like the t-shirt under the jacket, so you can pick one color for the jacket, one color for the t-shirt. They put that in like the rings or the bracelet category, and both of those now you're just super zoomed in. I think with the bracelets you can zoom out, but with the rings you can't. So it's just so frustrating to see what you're doing, and I hope that someone, either EA puts in an option to let us actually zoom out again, because I think with bracelets it's also annoying because there is some that sit higher up on the arm, so you won't even be able to see it, and I don't know, it's just a questionable choice. I don't like it. I also feel like, I don't know if that's some of my CC that I'm using or the game, I feel like scrolling in and out, like zooming in and out right now in Create a Sim is really awkward. It's like super stuttery, and I feel like it used to be a lot smoother and I could do like smaller steps of zooming in and out, and now it just feels very like harsh. You might have seen it when I like showed off the hairstyles, because that's when it frustrated me the most. I was like trying to zoom out for the longer ones and zoom back in for the shorter hairstyles, and it was just so, not even stuttery, it's just the steps that it zooms are so large that you can really see, and it just looks weird. I don't know, also feels weird. It doesn't feel that nice to zoom in and out anymore. But that's that. Oh my god, at the start of the video I was like, what am I even going to talk about? And I had a few things I wanted to talk about, and I've just been rambling on about the video for so long. I was just gonna say, I also got invited out to a friend's birthday today, and he, like me, is not very organized, so he literally messaged me yesterday, and I was like, okay, that's, you know, a bit short notice, since he was like, oh yeah, we're going to a park, like you can maybe bring a few snacks or whatever, and I was like, okay. I think he said like food or something like that, and I was just about to go shopping anyways, so I did grab like a few snacks and stuff, but don't have time to make a cake or anything like that. Since I was so busy, I was just like, a bit short notice, you know, it's like, don't know, 30 hours prior to us meeting or something like that. And that was, or was it? No, 48? Honestly, I don't remember, but it was like a day and a bit before I was actually gonna have to go. I feel like I'm not making sense anymore, but that's fair enough, you know. It is getting a bit warmer here today, luckily though, since we're going to a park. I was worried when he told me, because we had such crazy weather where it was just raining non-stop for days, and it was very unpredictable. It would stop for like 2 seconds and then start again, stop for an hour, start again. But today it seems really good, so he got lucky with that, otherwise I wouldn't have known what to do. I do hope I'm not getting home too late though, because I slept so little, and I feel like it's really getting to me now. Like when I was younger, I think I could get away with little sleep, but nowadays I'm just like, I need my sleep. Like I've always loved sleeping, but like, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it's just something changes where you're just like, I need my like 7 to 8 hours or I'm just not gonna function well. And that is just a humbling experience, you know, when you age and you're just like, oh, my body has like different needs now, but That's all I have to say today. The video is coming to an end real soon here. I hope you enjoyed all of the CC, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!